Welcome to the Man Cave Podcast with Dan Casper.
All right, switching gears here for just a few minutes. Let's do our local sports roundup brought to you by Carpet City Flooring Center. Let's start off with Blugold basketball because a little bit of a change over the weekend. So they did back-to-back at Menominee for basketball. Two really close games, too.
Really, yeah.
I mean, fits that War on 94 profile, right? So stout women's team edging out Eau Claire to pick up a victory, and then the men's team bouncing back and picking up a victory against stout. So far, I've been seeing, like, Platteville took down lacrosse, too. Right. I mean, the WIAC basketball is just crazy so far.
We talked before that it was going to be just a nuts year.
Mm-hmm.
Lacrosse being ranked in the top 10. Platteville not even ranked.
Right.
That's not going to last because they just took down the Blugolds and lacrosse in back-to-back games. So they're sitting on the top of the conference right now. Yeah, I mean, if you look at that game, those games on Saturday, for Iverson and her team, that's a gutty comeback for them. The Blugolds were, looking really good in that game, and they were able to force overtime and then get the victory and the win. And I think for Tanya's team, that's just a continue of Tanya England's younger squad, two games in a row, learning moments late in games and what they need to do.
Right.
And I think if there's anybody who can teach that, it's Tanya England. She is just a master class at coach, and I think she will take those two finishes and be like, okay, this is what we got to do. Slow the game down a little bit, guys. And so when they get in that situation again, this is a team that's beat some big opponents this year.
Right.
It won't be the game won't be moving too fast where they're not getting the shots they want. So I think that's a big win for Stout. I think it's a good learning moment the last two games for the Bluegolds as they go on and continue here in conference season. Men's side, I mean, you come back from just getting shellacked by Platteville.
Yeah.
It's you lose a heartbreaker at Stevens Point, and then you go to Platteville, and Platteville just jumps all over you. To go on the road in a game that you weren't planning to be on the road, in a what was got to be a hostile, just like a doubleheader situation there, and getting the win and gutting it out there. That's good for them as we move on here for the rest of this season.
Absolutely. And now, so coming up on Wednesday, it'll be both teams taking on River Falls, men's and women's. Bluegolds team taking on River Falls.
So, the women's team, they will be home, getting River Falls, looking for, to bounce back from those two losses. And the men's team, it's another road game. Instead of it's going to be 4 straight now.
Yeah.
So you got to go to River Falls and take care of business there.
And I know this was last year, but wasn't it River Falls that handed the Bluegolds a loss that kind of surprised a lot of people in the men's for the standings wise a little bit?
It's almost like you don't want to be surprised.
Right.
You just look at how competitive everything is from top to bottom. And I was looking at the standings for both men's and women's earlier in the week, like on Thursday. I'm just like, this is such a stacked conference. The amount of winning records you have, and now granted, some of them don't have winning record in conference right now. It's still very early. But, yeah, it's going to be a battle. And that's how I just keep putting that out. It's going to be a battle here. And nothing's written at all in the conference right now.
Yeah. So I know hockey's going on as well. I mean, Blugold, women's team put up 7 goals in a game, too. So
team that just continues to, I think, improve. And they were good to start the season, but have stacked those success as we keep going here.
Right.
Same with the men's team, too.
Over the weekend, too, I know wrestling had a good weekend for Blugold wrestling, which probably no surprise with Tim Fader's group over there, too.
And that man is just the amount of energy he has and can pass on to anybody else is just phenomenal.
Absolutely. So for high school-wise, what's the week kind of just generally look like for you? Another busy week?
Yeah, I just want to go back to Friday night. I got to see a classic between Eau Claire Memorial and Rice Lake and girls basketball. That was as much of a playoff atmosphere. When you Addie Shepley, you look at Kling, Shaw. I mean, the amount of great Schmidt for Rice Lake, the amount of great players that are on those two teams, and to have the freshmen. First of all, Rhea Shaw had one of her best offensive games. Like, she's usually the facilitator, but she showed something different in that game, scoring 27 points.
Man,
they're such a deep team. And Nora Kling might be maybe the spotlight's on her a lot, but Rhea Shaw just had a monster game. And then the one to watch coming up, Ava McCarthy, hitting a 3-pointer at the buzzer. We're talking, I didn't think she was going to get it off. time's taken down. Shaw has to bring it all the way down, and that's where you have Shaw, who's just got world-class speed, running down there, and she dishes at the last second. And I thought for sure, I'm like, oh, they're never going to get this shot off. And Ava McCarthy pulls it up, hits the three-pointer, ice in her veins as a freshman. Just one of those, like, when you work, you don't get many of those. You shoot thousands of games.
I was going to say, because you got that shot, I mean, are you pumped as like somebody there just like, I can't believe I got that shit? That sort of.
It's like, and it was right at me. It was everything that you want as a photographer. And it's the second time this year that I've had, because Lydia Palmier made the one earlier in the year to beat Mosany at the buzzer too. So I'm blessed in the fact that it's just luck that I'm at those two games. But it really is. I mean, you work. You don't get many buzzer beaters. You really don't. You might not get one a whole season. And the fact that I've had two this year, and again, hats off to Rice Lake. They put up a heck of a fight. They were leading at half, and Addie Shepley, which gets kind of lost in the whole thing, is like people aren't going to remember that she hit a step back three with 5 seconds to go to tie the game up. I mean, everything you want in watching D1 talent, D1, those that are going to go play on D1 basketball. That's what you ask for in high school basketball when you get a game like that, and the matchup lived up to the billing.
That's awesome. And probably two teams that are talented to make deep postseason runs, I would imagine, too. So.
I mean, if you throw that game in there, and then you throw the fact that we had that 50th anniversary North Memorial hockey game going on, and a classic there with North coming up with the victory, that's the kind of stuff that you love. I'm turning into Dan Dog. That's the kind of stuff you love. That guy over there. But no, I think it's just that's what makes this job so much fun.
Right.
It really does.
That's awesome. So just kind of off the top of your head, anything this week that's kind of getting your attention a little bit?
You mean off the top of my head as I look quick at my we have girls basketball, Memorial North tomorrow.
Okay.
So we got that one going on. So that's always a fun one. Fall Creek McDonald boys basketball. So some really good. Oliva Strum Blair Taylor girls basketball tomorrow as well. Two of the top teams in the Dairyland going at it. So
nice.
That's a nice matchup there. So it's another one of those weeks where Memorial Chi High hockey on Thursday. So Hudson North hockey. North, I mean, coming off that win of Memorial, but they would love to find a way to beat Hudson, which Hudson's just kind of been the top right now of that conference. Everybody's trying to knock them off that perch. So, it's going to be just one of those, just a big fun week. I know the Midwest Players Classic basketball tournament, not tournament, but showcase is going on at the Lacrosse Center.
Okay.
I think Regis and Aquinas are playing. Turtle Lake will be there, a bunch of teams from the area. So, and you got, the WIAC stuff going on at the end of the week. Pretty much almost every team's home or in the area. So, another good week for local sports.
Awesome. Good stuff there. Justice Cleveland, WEAU 13 News, Sports Scene 13 for your local sports roundup.
Oh, yeah, Sunday, too. I'll be talking to a certain Pat Murphy.
That's right.
At the Pablo, so that'll be kind of fun, too. You're
going to ask him some hard-hitting questions?
Oh, I will. Like, how many pancakes are in his pocket at the moment?
Yeah, there you go.
That'd be fun. I think that's going
to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so. I've never really had a sit-down one-on-one with him, but from everything I've heard, easy guy to talk to.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. All right,